whether it was Orlando, San Bernardino, Texas church massacre, Vegas, in response to seemingly all of the major mass shootings we've had in the U.S. in the past couple of years, and probably even further back than that, there's been a commonly used line among politicians that really gets on my nerves because it's twofold. It's called thoughts and prayers. Now, this typically is within the context of speaking about your feelings toward either the victims or families in relation to some tragic event. Oh, my thoughts and prayers are with the families and the victims. This line is commonplace among many of the people in office, politicians, office holders, whichever term you'd want to use. And it mostly gets on my nerves when it's something I feel is preventable and largely had no action taken against it prior to it happening. So, for example, I've talked about on this channel a couple of times how the NRA pays out a wide variety of Republicans in office so that anytime a small itty bitty gun control reform bill comes up, they vote against it. And, someone might say, well, why would they do that? Well, if someone shoves hundreds of thousands of dollars into your pocket, you're not going to care about, 10, 20, 300 people being caught in the crosshairs of, between then and your next election bid. So there is this lack of humanity that a number of people who kind of are able to go around and be avoiding of this type of event. So another example would be the Scalise thing back in June. He gets out of the hospital after recovering from this, and he's steering the same script. And you have to ask yourself, is that because he realizes something bad could have happened to him, or something bad did happen to him, or is he just bought out like the rest of them? I'm leaning more toward the latter. And people have to understand, there is a very there is a large lack of concern for those we live around on the part of many people who run for office, who sell records. Just many public figures don't care about people in general. And I'm not saying it's only politicians. It's the spectrum is very broad. It's disturbing. And we're going to get to a point within a couple of years where people become more and more desensitized and stop reacting. We've had about 300 of those mass shootings since this year started alone. And you don't hear about many of them being reported unless they have a very, very large body count, which was the case of the Texas church shooting. And for that reason, we've kind of already made steps toward what I'm conveying here. But it's sad. I hate that people in their attention spans are not going to allow them to stay upset with politicians in their local areas or in these areas to where they get them out of office and they get rid of this money-backed lack of action. I can't stand it. But again, I'm not within those areas, and the only way it's going to change is when those we get rid of all this nonsense. So thank you for watching. Have a good day.